Hello, I'm Dean Karstens and welcome to my channel, Dean's N-Scale Trains. In a previous video, I talked about how I made and wired up a switch panel using an inexpensive Arduino Uno to control the servos that I use to operate the positions of my 13 switches on my Santa Fe Northern layout. I received some feedback on my video. Some people said, well, that's great, but can you add some indicator lights? And how about those of us with live frogs? How can we wire those up? So today I'm going to address these two situations with an improved wiring system. So here's a quick look at where I'm going with my servo-controlled switch machines on my Santa Fe Northern layout that I'm building. The controller I made before and described in the previous video was complicated, and it used a long and difficult to understand Arduino program. It works, but I think viewers were a little bit intimidated with it, so I'm developing a much simpler series of controllers that go up to 4 channels. Here's a 1-channel switch or turnout controller that is built around the Arduino Nano. As you can see, it has indicator lights, and it uses a circuit that I'm going to describe in this video to control these lights. And it works quite well. I'm going to put out a YouTube video in the next few days describing this controller, so stay tuned to my channel and subscribe if you haven't already. So here are the 2 Arduino components that I used to build my servo controller board, and the wiring that was needed to tie everything together. And here's the title of the original YouTube video that you can use to look it up. I'll put a link in the discussion below. And finally, to make the changes we're talking about here, we only have to look at the switches in the upper right corner, namely these toggle control switches. Note there is one for each of the switches or turnouts on your layout. So I've breadboarded the circuit, as you can see here. Got the 2 LEDs. I'm using the Arduino Nano basically as a power supply here. 2 resistors and some wires. I'll show you the full circuit later. Rather than using a toggle switch for this breadboard circuit, I use this little slide switch. As you can see, as I move it back and forth, the lights change. So here's the circuit for the indicator lights. I have a double pole, double throw switch here. This is one pole, throws in 2 directions. This is the other pole. The other pole is used to power a powered frog if you have that, either from the straight rail or to the divergent rail. If you don't have this, just forget about that. The other side changes the signal. In this case, it's thrown this way. In this case, it's thrown the other. And depending on which position it is, one or the other lights up. So in this position, power comes through the ground, through the green LED and the 1000 ohm dropping resistor into the switch connected here to the +5. Since you have +5 essentially applied here, this light turns on. In the other position, the power comes through the ground, through the switch, through the other 1000 ohm resistor, and lights up this LED. Since this is at 0 volts and this is 5 volts, the LED is lit. So you can go back and forth by throwing that switch. This line is also connected to the Arduino control pin, which detects the position of this switch. If it's in this position, this is at 5 volts, so the Arduino control pin sees that as high. In this position, it's connected to the 0 volts, and so the Arduino control pin sees that as low. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one on my 1-channel controller. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Dean's N-Scale Trains, if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.